Right, so coming back to again our Seiunchin discussion where we're talking about this so-called assisted punch, a problem presents itself with the elbow, which we'll talk about a little bit now. So whatever way you do it, if it's from that stranglehold position where we pop, we try to clear and come here, as in the Bunkai version, we have a problem. So the virtue of the kata is, as we come here, we drag with the body to bring that head down. So no matter how we've done it, we're in that clinch position, get that little bit, shoulder bump, whatever, as we pull it back, I've already dropped his head, now drop his head further by virtue of how I've stepped. Gives me no target, gives me no option, it also gives him the single leg to be able to take down. So it presents some problems. This is where the kata don't make sense with regard to stepping backwards. Again, to reiterate, we're here, I come here with this pop, boom, I try to get him here. As I pull back, head's too low. It doesn't give me a viable target, I'm gonna damage myself, right? So ways around this. Same thing, again, if we use it from that strangle or that clinch, or whatever it is, we're here. As I step, I'm gonna come offline. So rather than stepping straight back that way, I step offline. This now gives me that head to come into the side. At least this way I can get the tempo, I can get the ear, I can get the jawline. It gives me a clearer option. Also gets me out of the way of that single leg takedown. So if I'm pulling him towards me, what? I'm giving him momentum. I'm giving him an opportunity to carry on into this position. In case a single leg or he takes the waist, I'm going down. I don't want that. So as I step back, I'm going to look at getting off line this way. It gives me the elbow or it gives me the knee to come in here, okay? So this is an example of where the kata may do one thing, but you may have to adjust that ever so slightly. As Taguchi wrote in his book, Don't Be Fooled by the Empi rule. Now I ain't sure if that's a literal translation or if that's something plucked out of someone's ass to make a book sell. I've got my doubts. However, if he did say that, don't be fooled by the Empi. So again, if we're pulling someone, if I pull them towards me, I create a problem. It doesn't matter what kata this applies to. Anyone where we pull them down. Let's say for example, a common one talk like, again a standard Kihon Bunkai from Seiunchin, where we come here, and I come here. Again, I've given him my leg. I've given him my leg. It doesn't work. So again, but for example, if he grabs that, and I come here, I come offline, I've trapped his foot. He no longer has that single leg, but I have him. So whenever in kata, we're stepping back, it may be that I have to step back with a slight bit of rotation, a slight pivot around that central point, just to get my leg out of the way and just to cut that angle so he's not allowed to overwhelm me, okay? So again, to come back to that technique, so if we're talking this assisted punch here, yeah, we have that option of the strangle hold. I don't like this one, it's not very realistic. If he holds at arm's length, I can't get that anyway, I'm too outstretched. I can't get in close to him if he braces. Really brace his arms that straight. So I can't even get in. So there's other stuff you have to do to make that work. It does work within a certain set of circumstances, okay? The one with the assisted punch, if we come this way with this grab, if he punches, for example, we can come here or we can come here, whatever it might be. So this one acts as a pat down, just like your Seiunchin. We try and grab, probably gonna foul, don't worry about it too much, but clear and then come in whatever way we do this way. It can also be, if it goes a 1-2, you go one in this way. So we're here, here, here. Okay, again, all this stuff's implied by the motion of grabbing your own hand. This way, boom, we're applying that Seiunchin position. Pat down, your tension, same thing. Next point I was gonna say. Again, with the elbow, let's say for example, we have screwed it up. Even if I come offline and I don't have that head now for the elbow, it's not a great target. I can come underneath with the uppercut, whether I come this way or whether I come this way, whatever it may be. If I'm here, this fist is traveling in that direction anyway. So if I do screw up and his head's too close, I can come here. It's the same thing, but it gives me a better target whereby I can now start ramming that way as opposed to elbowing the top of the head and probably hurting my own arm, okay? So just some things to consider. Again, look at the applications you do, try and problem solve them, pick them apart and find fault. Find the areas where that technique will fail for you and then try to nullify that somewhat and try and make it as watertight as you can. Every single application you come up with will have an option for someone to comment below and go, yeah, but what about this? So you've got to do that to yourself, you know, don't see it as a negative thing. Record yourself like we're doing now, look at it and think, yeah, but what about that, what about that? The more layers on your application you can add, the better informed it will then make your kata. So have a play with that. Just some thoughts around that so-called assisted punch.